Have you ever wondered why some people seem to overcome every challenge while others struggle despite their best efforts? Could it be that the secrets to transforming your life have been hidden in stories told for thousands of years? And what if understanding these secrets could help you face obstacles with courage, wisdom, and patience in your own life? Today, we are going to explore something truly extraordinary: the 5 dangerous secrets of Lord Ganesha that no one talks about and how they can change your life. Ganesha, one of the most revered deities in Hinduism, is widely known as the remover of obstacles, or Vignahata. This title is not just symbolic. It teaches us that challenges, whether in career, relationships, or personal growth, are opportunities to develop resilience and insight. Every aspect of Ganesha's form, from his elephant head, representing wisdom and awareness, to the broken tusk, symbolizing sacrifice for a higher purpose, carries lessons that can guide us in real-world situations. His tiny mouse vehicle reminds us of humility and the importance of controlling desires, while the sweet modak signifies the rewards of consistent effort and dedication. These symbolic stories have inspired countless generations, and today we will connect these teachings to practical examples like overcoming fears, managing setbacks, and making thoughtful choices in daily life. By the end of this video, you will not only understand the deeper meaning of Ganesha's secrets, but also discover ways to apply them to your own journey, no matter your age or circumstances. So stay with us until the very end, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to continue learning about life-changing insights and timeless wisdom. One of the most important lessons we can learn from Lord Ganesha is about facing obstacles, which is why he is called Vignahata, or the remover of obstacles. This title is more than just a symbolic name. It represents a way of understanding life itself. Everyone faces difficulties, whether it is struggling with a job, experiencing financial problems, managing relationships, or coping with health issues. These challenges are a natural part of life, and how we respond to them can determine the direction of our personal growth. Ganesha teaches that obstacles are not meant to stop us, but to guide us toward patience, resilience, and clear thinking. For example, imagine a young woman who wants to start her own small business, but faces repeated rejections from lenders and suppliers. At first, the situation feels like failure, but by observing what went wrong, learning from each experience, and adjusting her approach, she eventually builds a stable and successful company. This mirrors the teachings of Ganesha, who encourages reflection and careful action instead of avoiding difficulties. In another instance, consider a student who struggles with understanding complex topics. Instead of giving up, they seek guidance, practice consistently, and slowly gain mastery over the subject. Here again, the principle is the same. Challenges provide opportunities to develop knowledge, skill, and patience. Beyond practical lessons, Ganesha's symbolism reminds us that emotional challenges such as fear, doubt, or frustration are also obstacles to personal growth. Learning to face these inner barriers requires courage and self-awareness, much like how Ganesha's stories show his ability to confront difficulties without fear or anger. By understanding and applying this wisdom, viewers can begin to see obstacles in a new light, not as punishment or misfortune, but as a natural part of growth that can teach valuable lessons and reveal hidden strengths. This perspective, rooted in the symbolism of Ganesha as Vignahata, provides both inspiration and a practical approach to overcoming everyday challenges, helping anyone build resilience, confidence, and a clearer path toward their goals. One of the most striking features of Lord Ganesha is his elephant head, which is not just a unique physical trait, but also a symbol of wisdom, awareness, and the ability to see situations clearly. In life, wisdom often comes from understanding patterns, learning from past experiences, and paying attention to details that others might miss. Ganesha's elephant head teaches us that thinking deeply, observing carefully, and remembering lessons from past successes and failures are key to making better decisions. In real life, this can be seen in many ways. For example, a teacher who notices how different students respond to specific teaching methods can adjust lessons to help everyone understand better. By observing and analyzing these patterns, the teacher can guide students more effectively, just as Ganesha uses awareness and intelligence to remove obstacles for those who approach him with focus and respect. Similarly, a manager in a small business may notice which strategies fail and which succeed, learning to make thoughtful adjustments rather than repeating the same mistakes. This mirrors Ganesha's lessons. Insight and reflection often bring solutions that quick reactions or impatience cannot. Beyond practical decision-making, the symbolism also extends to life challenges. When facing difficult situations, people who pause, reflect, and seek knowledge are more likely to find creative solutions than those who act impulsively. Ganesha's elephant head reminds us that true perception is about combining memory, observation, and understanding to guide actions wisely. Another example is a student preparing for exams who studies not just to memorize information, but to understand the concepts deeply. By connecting past mistakes and analyzing patterns, the student improves performance and develops long-term skills. This is exactly what Ganesha's elephant head represents: intelligence that is calm, measured, and aware, allowing anyone to navigate life more successfully. By applying this principle in daily life, we learn to think strategically, reflect on experiences, and make decisions that are not only effective, but also mindful and balanced. The lessons of wisdom and careful observation, inspired by Ganesha, can guide anyone toward clarity, growth, and practical success, demonstrating that perception and understanding are as powerful as action. One of the most inspiring stories about Lord Ganesha is how he broke his tusk to write the Mahabharata, the great Indian epic. This act may seem unusual at first, but it carries a powerful lesson about the value of sacrifice for a higher purpose. Ganesha, known for his wisdom and intelligence, understood that sometimes achieving a meaningful goal requires letting go of something valuable. In real life, this principle applies in many ways. For instance, a student preparing for an important exam may give up social media or leisure time to focus on studying. At first, this feels like a loss, but the dedication pays off when knowledge and skills are gained, leading to long-term success. Similarly, an entrepreneur who decides to invest personal savings into a small business project must be willing to risk comfort and security. Even though there is uncertainty and potential hardship, this kind of deliberate sacrifice can lead to growth, learning, and eventual achievement. The story of Ganesha's broken tusk also teaches that sacrifice is not just about giving up material things. It can include letting go of ego, pride, or habits that limit progress. For example, a team leader who listens to feedback and changes their approach may set aside personal pride, but ultimately builds a stronger, more effective team. Another example is a community volunteer who invests time and energy into helping others, sacrificing personal leisure, yet gains a sense of fulfillment and positive impact that cannot be measured in material terms. The motivational insight is clear. Real strength is not simply in what we hold on to, but in knowing what is worth giving up to achieve a meaningful goal. Ganesha's act of breaking his tusk symbolizes courage, wisdom, and commitment, reminding us that challenges often require conscious sacrifices, and embracing them can transform both our abilities and our lives. By understanding this lesson, viewers can see that setbacks or sacrifices are not failures, but tools for building character, achieving goals, and creating lasting impact, just as Ganesha demonstrated through his unwavering dedication to the greater good. One of the most unique and meaningful symbols in Lord Ganesha's form is the tiny mouse that serves as his vehicle. While it may seem unusual for a powerful deity to ride such a small creature, the mouse represents humility and control over desires. Ganesha's choice of this vehicle teaches us that no matter how strong or capable we are, we must remain humble and attentive to even the smallest forces in life. In our daily experiences, this lesson can take many forms. For example, a person who achieves professional success but continues to treat colleagues and clients with respect demonstrates the same humility that Ganesha embodies. Likewise, controlling desires, whether for material possessions, recognition, or comfort, plays a significant role in long-term growth. A student who resists distractions like excessive social media or entertainment to focus on studying is practicing this principle, gaining not only knowledge but also self-discipline that shapes their future. Similarly, a small business owner who carefully manages spending and avoids impulsive decisions can gradually build a stable and successful enterprise, showing how controlling desires can lead to meaningful results. The symbolism of the mouse also reminds us that even the smallest or seemingly insignificant aspects of life can have a big impact. For instance, small acts of kindness, patience, or thoughtful planning may appear minor at first, but they accumulate to create substantial change over time. By mastering our impulses and embracing humility, we prevent small problems from growing into larger obstacles, just as Ganesha's mouse allows him to navigate complex challenges with balance and insight. Another practical example is learning to respond calmly in stressful situations rather than reacting impulsively. This ability to control emotions and desires allows people to make better choices and maintain stronger relationships, reflecting the wisdom of Ganesha's teachings. Ultimately, the lesson of the mouse is clear. Humility and self-control are not signs of weakness, but sources of real strength. By understanding and applying this principle, anyone can overcome challenges, improve decision-making, and create meaningful progress in both personal and professional life, guided by the symbolic wisdom of Lord Ganesha. One of the most meaningful symbols associated with Lord Ganesha is the modak, a sweet that he loves, which represents the rewards of consistent effort and dedication. While it may seem like a simple treat, it carries a deep lesson about life. The results we desire often come from steady work, patience, and devotion, rather than instant success. In practical terms, this can be applied to everyday life in many ways. For example, a student who practices reading or solving problems for 30 minutes every day may not see immediate results, but over months and years, that consistent effort leads to mastery and confidence. Similarly, an employee who gradually builds skills, takes initiative, and learns from mistakes will often find career growth and recognition over time. Even in personal life, small, repeated actions like exercising regularly, saving a little money each month, or dedicating time to improve relationships can accumulate into meaningful results, just as the modak symbolizes the sweetness earned through perseverance. The lesson also extends to emotional growth. For instance, Someone who works every day to cultivate patience, gratitude, and understanding may notice profound changes in their mindset and interactions with others. These small, consistent efforts may seem minor individually, but together they create lasting impact. Ganesha's love for Modak reminds us that while hard work can sometimes feel difficult or unrewarding, the rewards are real and fulfilling when we maintain discipline and dedication. Another practical example is an aspiring writer or artist who dedicates time each day to create or practice their craft. Initially, progress may feel slow and success may seem distant, but the steady accumulation of effort eventually results in skills, achievements, and recognition, reflecting the lesson of the Modak. The motivational insight here is that meaningful success is rarely sudden. Just as Ganesha's Modak represents the sweetness that comes from devotion and effort, our daily habits and consistent actions shape the quality of our achievements and life. By embracing this principle, anyone can experience growth, develop skill, and enjoy the sweetness of their own hard work, creating a life that reflects patience, dedication, and meaningful accomplishment. One of the lesser-known lessons of Lord Ganesha is what can be called his dangerous secrets, which are not about harm, but about the courage and awareness needed to confront the deepest fears, ego, and inner resistance within ourselves. Life often presents challenges that are invisible at first: fear of failure, doubt in one's abilities, or hesitation to take risks. Ganesha's symbolism teaches that these inner obstacles can be more powerful than any external difficulty and must be addressed with patience, reflection, and courage. In practical life, this lesson can be applied in many ways. For example, a student preparing to give a public speech may feel nervous or anxious, and this internal fear can seem overwhelming. By facing the fear directly, practicing, and gradually building confidence, the student overcomes the inner resistance, achieving both personal growth and successful performance. Similarly, an entrepreneur launching a new business may struggle with doubt or fear of failure. By planning carefully, learning from small setbacks, and maintaining focus, they confront internal barriers and increase the likelihood of success. Even in personal relationships, individuals face fears of rejection, criticism, or vulnerability. Ganesha's lesson is that acknowledging and addressing these feelings rather than avoiding them can lead to stronger, more honest connections. Another example is someone pursuing a long-term goal, such as learning a new skill or improving health, who must confront their own procrastination or self-doubt. By consistently taking small steps, they gradually build confidence and momentum, reflecting the principle that inner challenges are often the most critical to overcome. The motivational insight is clear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Ganesha's dangerous secrets show us that facing shadows within ourselves, the ego, fear, and self-imposed limits, is essential for personal transformation. By embracing these lessons, viewers can develop resilience, expand their potential, and create meaningful change in life, turning obstacles that once seemed daunting into opportunities for growth, strength, and achievement. One of the most inspiring lessons of Lord Ganesha is how his teachings can help us actively shape our own destiny. While destiny may feel like something fixed or out of our control, Ganesha's symbolism shows that through wisdom, reflection, courage, humility, consistent effort, and conscious choices, we can influence the path of our lives. In practical terms, this starts with awareness of our habits, thoughts, and actions. A person who sets clear goals and takes daily steps to move toward them demonstrates this principle. For instance, A small business owner who plans carefully, maintains discipline in finances, and learns from both successes and failures is gradually shaping the future of their business. Similarly, a student who dedicates time each day to studying, practicing, and learning from mistakes is influencing their own academic destiny, showing that consistent effort over time can produce meaningful results. Beyond tangible goals, Ganesha's wisdom teaches the importance of facing internal challenges. By addressing fears, doubts, and self-limiting beliefs, individuals can remove obstacles that often silently block progress. For example, someone who wants to improve their health may need to confront laziness or fear of failure, and by taking small, persistent steps, like walking daily, eating healthier, or seeking guidance, they slowly transform their circumstances. Reflection and mindfulness are also key. Ganesha's stories encourage pausing to observe, learn, and make thoughtful decisions rather than reacting impulsively. This approach allows for better choices in relationships, work, and personal growth. Another example is an artist or writer who consistently practices their craft, seeks feedback, and adapts creatively. Over time, they develop skills, confidence, and recognition, shaping a fulfilling career. The motivational insight is that destiny is not a fixed line, but a path influenced by choices, effort, and self-awareness. By integrating humility, wisdom, courage, and discipline, qualities symbolized by Ganesha, we can actively transform our lives. Ganesha's teachings remind us that challenges, fears, and obstacles are not signs of failure, but opportunities to create meaningful change, and that anyone, regardless of age or circumstance, can shape a future filled with growth, accomplishment, and fulfillment. As we reach the end of this journey into the teachings and secrets of Lord Ganesha, it becomes clear that his symbolism offers guidance that is practical, inspiring, and meaningful for everyday life. From overcoming obstacles, learning from mistakes, and gaining wisdom, to understanding the value of sacrifice, humility, self-control, consistent effort, and facing fears, every lesson carries a universal message. Life will always present challenges, whether in work, relationships, health, or personal growth, but the principles shown through Ganesha's stories teach us that no obstacle is permanent. By observing situations carefully, making thoughtful choices, and taking consistent small steps, we can gradually transform difficulties into opportunities. Sacrifices, like letting go of short-term comfort or ego, allow us to achieve long-term growth, while humility and control over desires create strength and stability in our actions. Consistent effort, symbolized by Ganesha's love for Modak, reminds us that rewards come from dedication and patience, not instant results. Facing fears and internal resistance empowers us to break limits and expand our potential. When these lessons are applied together, they show that destiny is not fixed but shaped by our decisions, actions, and mindset. Every small step we take, every challenge we face, and every moment we reflect on our choices contributes to building a life filled with growth, balance, and fulfillment. By embracing the wisdom of Ganesha, we can approach life with confidence, clarity, and courage, understanding that obstacles are teachers, fears are guides, and consistent effort leads to success. Let this understanding inspire us to act with patience, humility, and determination, turning the challenges we face into meaningful opportunities and shaping a future that reflects our best efforts and intentions.